Imagine walking into a room full of people attending an investment seminar. Now, remove the gray hair, the walkers, and the retirement brochures. What's left? Almost no one. Why? Because the people attending these seminars are already at the finish line, too late to start the race. The seminar hall. The fluorescent lights hum softly as rows of attendees sit quietly, notebooks in hand. A financial advisor stands at the podium, projecting charts showing steady 8% annual returns over decades. Advisor: invest consistently, stay patient, and let compound interest work its magic. By the time you retire, you'll have built substantial wealth. Attendee number 1, whispering to attendee number 2. Sounds good, but I'm already 60. Do I really have 20 more years to wait? Attendee number 2 sighs. I guess it's better than nothing. This scene plays out across countless cities every day. The promise of safe investments lulls millions into complacency. But for many, it's too little, too late. The myth of safe investments. For decades, the financial industry has sold the idea that mutual funds, 401ks, and fixed-income investments will build wealth. The promise? Invest in stocks, collect an 8% return every year, and after 40 years of working, maybe you'll have enough to retire. But here's the harsh truth. Only 10% of multimillionaires built their wealth through passive investments. You've never met a young millionaire who got rich from mutual funds. No one buys a Lamborghini because their 401k performed well. Yet, millions follow this slow, outdated formula because they don't know any other way. Case study: Sarah versus Emma. Consider two friends, Sarah and Emma, both starting with $50,000 to invest. Sarah follows the traditional route. She puts her money into index funds and bonds, earning an average of 7% annually. After 30 years, her initial $50,000 grows to approximately $380,000, a respectable sum, but hardly life-changing. Emma takes a different approach. Instead of parking her money in safe investments, Emma uses it to launch an e-commerce store selling handmade crafts. Within 3 years, her business generates $100,000 annually in profit. She reinvests profits into real estate, acquiring rental properties that bring in $5,000 monthly. By 40, Emma's combined income streams surpass $1 million annually. Who would you rather emulate? The wealth gap. 8% versus 800%. Let's do the math. Traditional investments. A steady 8% return means you'll double your money in 9 years. Entrepreneurs and investors who leverage. They don't wait for 8%. They aim for 800% returns in months, not decades. The difference? Control and leverage. Dialogue. Tom and his mentor Tom, a software engineer earning $90,000 annually, confides in his mentor during a networking event. Tom: I've been maxing out my 401k, but I feel like I'm missing something. Is there a faster way to build wealth? Mentor: absolutely. Stop waiting for the market to hand you crumbs. Build systems that multiply value. For example, develop a SaaS product or flip houses. These opportunities can generate exponential returns far beyond what mutual funds offer. Inspired, Tom launches a project management app aimed at freelancers. Within a year, the app gains traction, generating $200,000 annually in subscription fees. Unlike his job, which requires constant input, this income stream grows exponentially as users refer others and upgrades are released. The slow game versus the fast game. The financial industry promotes the slow game because it benefits them, not you. They take fees whether you win or lose. They tell you to stay patient even when markets crash. They promise security while controlling your money. Meanwhile, the real path to wealth isn't through mutual funds. It's through ownership, leverage, and innovation. Example: David's real estate venture. David decides to take a different route. Instead of dumping all his savings into index funds, he buys a duplex for $200,000. Using rental income to cover the mortgage, he reinvests profits into additional properties. Within 10 years, he owns 5 units generating $5,000 monthly in passive income. Compare that to his friend Mark, who sticks to traditional investing and waits patiently for compound interest to kick in. How the wealthy play the game differently. The fastest wealth builders don't rely on 401ks or municipal bonds. Instead, they build scalable businesses. Whether digital products, e-commerce, or real estate, they own systems that grow. Example: Lisa creates an online course teaching graphic design skills. Initially, she spends weeks filming tutorials and designing materials. Once launched, the course sells automatically through her website. Within 6 months, it generates $50,000 in passive income. Money that comes in whether she's working or relaxing on vacation. Leverage undervalued opportunities. Instead of waiting for 8%, they find ways to multiply money quickly. Example: Mike identifies a struggling local restaurant for sale. He negotiates a low purchase price, renovates the space, and rebrands it. Within 2 years, the revitalized business triples in value, allowing him to sell it for a massive profit. Invest in what they can control. Unlike the stock market, they choose assets where their actions directly impact returns. Example: Emma purchases a vacant lot in a growing neighborhood. She builds a small rental unit, rents it out on Airbnb, and doubles her initial investment within 3 years. Her active involvement ensures higher returns compared to passive stock market investments. The bottom line: if financial freedom is the goal, waiting 40 years for compound interest isn't a strategy, it's a trap. Instead of playing the game, and of maybe one day, start creating income streams that multiply faster than any investment portfolio ever could. Because at the end of the day, the biggest question isn't, what's my return on investment? It's, how fast can I create wealth? On my terms? The crossroads back at the seminar hall, attendee number 1 turns to attendee number 2 during a break. Attendee number 1: This stuff sounds safe, but honestly I'm tired of waiting. How do I speed things up? Attendee number 2: Start small. Learn a skill that lets you create value, like coding, writing, or flipping items online. Then scale it. That's how the wealthy play the game. Attendee number 1 nods thoughtfully. It sounds risky, but staying stuck feels riskier. Which path will attendee number 1 choose? Take back. Your future life is unpredictable. Waiting for retirement. To start living is like gambling with your happiness, and the odds aren't in your favor. The wealthy understand this principle intuitively. You don't wait for permission to win. You create your own wins. By rejecting the traditional reliance on safe investments, you reclaim control. You stop sacrificing today for a hypothetical tomorrow. You start designing a life that aligns with your values, passions, and aspirations. So, rewrite the script. Build wealth on your terms. Live boldly, intentionally, and freely. Because in the end, the greatest scam isn't losing money, it's losing time. Don't let them take yours.